So Roblox Flicker. Uh, this game is this game is like a love and hate relationship. Like sometimes you'll have a good time, sometimes you'll have a bad time. Just how this works. So starting, maps do not matter. They're very niche in some helpful situations. It's not very dramatically changing though. At the start, you'll see what your role is. As for example, I'm a twin. Cody's my twin. In the top right, you'll immediately see what your role is, what your goal, what your details is. So I'm a twin with Cody. I'm a good side member. If so, what happens to me? Like if Cody dies from the murder, I die from the murder. So pretty much just what happens. Um, Next, the role list. Role list is pretty simple how it works. Like how it says survivor, there's always, like in this case, there's guaranteed survivors. There's a guaranteed detective. But what does it mean by psychic or spy? So it's really simple how it works. If there's a psychic, there cannot be a spy. If there's a spy, there cannot be a detective or detective, but psychic. Um, Try to play the game while I'm doing it, but oh well. That's how it works for every character. If there's a medic, there cannot be a savior. If there's a savior, there cannot be a medic. That's how it works. And it goes for like every time. If it just says like detective, for example, there's a guaranteed detective. If there's a murderer, there's obviously a guaranteed murderer. And since it just says clown, there's a guaranteed clown. Yeah. If it just says one, if it just says one role, then that means there's guaranteed. Um, and what does it mean by 3 to 4 survivors? So this is perfect because I'm actually a twin, because the number of survivors counts as if there is the number of survivors that are generated counts as if there is a Muffin Man or detective twins. So since we're twins, there's going to be two uniques. There's going to be two twins. So if there's twins, there's always going to be the lesser amount of survivors, which is 3. If there's a Muffin Man, there is the bigger amount of survivors. So if I was the Muffin Man, there would be 4 survivors. But if there's twins, which I'm twins, for example, there's only going to be 3 survivors. That's how it works. This is probably the one thing you should always look for whenever you start a game. It's really simple how it works. Yeah. The graveyard and the players. The players is the people that are alive. So it's really easy. This is where, if you're medic or murder, for example, you're going to be going down here to use your abilities on people. Like if I'm the murderer and I want to kill Mike, you can just press kill right next to Mike's name and they'll die. Graveyard is just the amount of people that have died, or just the people that have died. If they have journals, you can read them again. Yeah, if they leave journals, you can read them. Pretty simple. Next, the journal. The journal is where you're going to be putting all of your information. It's a really simple concept to put on. So I can write up I'm a twin. If I die from the murder or if I get voted, everyone is going to see my journal and what I wrote in there. So as for example, John was just voted off, so you'll see his journal. You didn't know that he was a survivor, but that could have easily been a lie, but we don't care for right now. We're just talking about the basics. This I thing, no one uses this, by the way. So if I say like Vinny is evil or something, so like that, make sure you always click this. Because if I say something like moron, and I press this, it'll tell you that if it's censored or not. Since I did write something in there, it was censored, so this is what it is. So if I remove it and write it, see, look, if my journal is shown to everyone, they'll all see exactly what I wrote. No one uses this. It's a really simple concept. It's really helpful for everyone if you just get into the habit of using it. You should always, even if you're like detective, psychic, spy, whatever. or if you just want to write anything. So, yeah. We're not going to talk about unique roles and how they work. We'll talk about unique roles, what their goal is, how to play them, and all that. But this is just the basics. Notes. You can send notes to anyone. It has a cooldown, but the one catch that notes have is they have 1 in 5 chance of dropping. So if I send a note to Cody right here and say, "Hi," I can send him a note. You can see it's sent successfully. That's how you know. If the note drops, it'll say your note dropped and everyone can read it. It's a really simple concept. It's so bad though. I don't like it. I don't know why they added a luck factor to that. Like, you can say hi to Eduardo. See, everyone. The note dropped, everyone can read it. So everyone just received my note that said hi. So, yeah, it's really simple. That's how it works. Yeah. When people die or leave the game, you'll see it. You've seen it earlier. Like, it'll tell you how they died if they left the game. If they died of the clown, it'll tell you they died of the clown. Yeah, really simple. Just how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the game. This is just like the very first things you should know about playing this game. Yeah, nothing else much to really explain. Yeah, yeah.